There are increasingly ominous signs that religious freedom in Hong Kong is next on the hit list by the destructive forces of the Xi's regime. Hong Kong's national security law, which was imposed by the communist regime 2 years ago, can leave fundamental freedoms almost completely dismantled, Acnn said. Now, an Anglican chaplain, Reverend Bernard Randall, who was fired and reported to an anti-terrorism program for preaching Christian doctrine on sexual ethics during a chapel service, is warning about the totalitarian ideologies actively at work in the West. At a breakout session at the International Religious Freedom, a panel on polite persecution, a phrase coined by Pope Francis, assembled by the Heritage Foundation, a conservative think tank, described how secular abortion and gender activists are gutted cherished freedoms in countries that have historically championed religious liberty. Often, religious persecution is state-sanctioned. This so-called polite and kind of hostility is often experienced by practitioners of faith that adhere to more traditional views about human life, marriage, and the material reality of biological sex. In his remarks, the Reverend Bernard Randall recounted how just over 3 years ago, he, as an ordained chaplain, was reported to authorities and investigated as part of a government anti-terrorism probe for espousing Christian sexual ethics during a chapel service in a Church of England school. After a 15-year halt, the Church of Bangladesh Anglican Communion has resumed ordaining women clergy. The Diocese of Barishaw ordained 5 deacons, including 2 women vocational deacons at Christ the King Church, Kalispur, Kuna on 12th December 2021. A statement released by the Church of Bangladesh stated, and I quote, "We rejoice with all fellow believers that after 15 years of interval, as the Church of Bangladesh has resumed women's ordination with Barishaw Diocese has played a prominent role in this." End of quote. The statement also added that Barishaw, being a new diocese, they have ensured inclusiveness in all areas of ministry and are thankful to the respectable moderator of the Church of Bangladesh, the Most Reverend Samuel Mankin, for his historic decision, being the first to have ordained 2 women ministers during their deacon ordination in 1996 at the same church under Dhaka Diocese. According to the report, Bangladesh has a 15-year gap in ordinations to the diaconate for women arose due to the personal views of moderator of the church, but remained permissible under the church's canons as the Church of Bangladesh new moderator has revised the policy in line with his views. And now the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, RCCG, Pastor Enoch Adeboye, says he never asked Christian faithful to purchase guns to defend themselves. He made the comment on Sunday in a Thanksgiving service in Osun State, saying such comments never emanated from him. The clergyman made the clarification following earlier comments on the killing of worshippers in Ondo State by terrorists who invaded St. Francis Catholic Church in Ondo State. Although Adeboye had said Christians would defend themselves in what he termed fire for fire, the revered pastor stated that his statement was misinterpreted. But clarifying his comment during the sermon tagged "meant for the top," the RCCG leader said he never meant for Christians to purchase guns, as authorities won't permit that. He, however, mentioned that the church was ready to deter unwanted visitors from gaining access to its premises. That's all on News Update. More to come by 3 p.m. West African time. I am Charles Philip Wakalam. Bye for now.
Viewers, do remember to call in with your comments, questions. We would love to hear your thoughts. Reach out to us on any of our social media handles showing on your TV screen now. And before we dive into the training,